What if I told you that one man shaped the way modern cities look, move, and function? That the grand streets, towering skyscrapers, and lush parks in cities like Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Manila all share a common blueprint from over a century ago? Meet Daniel Burnham, the visionary behind the 1909 Plan of Chicago, one of the most influential urban plans in history. His designs weren't just about beauty. They were about efficiency, mobility, and making cities places people wanted to live in. He believed in bold visions, grand architecture, and transforming chaotic urban sprawl into well-organized, monumental spaces. But how did Burnham come up with his ideas? And how did the 1909 Chicago Plan change the city forever? Stay with me as we explore the story of a man who believed in make no little plans and forever changed urban life. Born in 1846, Daniel Burnham started his career in architecture, but soon realized that buildings alone weren't enough. Entire cities needed better planning. By the late 19th century, Chicago was booming. The population had exploded from 30,000 in 1850 to over 1.7 million by 1900. But with that growth came problems: overcrowding, poor sanitation, traffic congestion, and lack of green space. Burnham had already made a name for himself as the director of the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, where he transformed 600 acres of swampy land into a stunning neoclassical white city that attracted over 27 million visitors. The success of this fair proved that urban design could be both beautiful and functional, inspiring Burnham's future city planning ideas. At the turn of the century, Chicago was growing faster than any city in the world. But with rapid growth came chaos, narrow streets, pollution, and slums. Burnham, alongside his partner, Edward Bennett, took on the ambitious task of redesigning the entire city with the Plan of Chicago, published in 1909. This plan was revolutionary. It proposed a city-wide road system with grand boulevards and diagonal streets for better traffic flow, a massive lakefront park system ensuring that the entire Chicago lakefront remained public land, a network of parks and green spaces to improve quality of life, a new, efficient rail and freight system to reduce congestion, civic and cultural centers, including a majestic central plaza inspired by European cities. One of the most audacious ideas, a completely restructured lakefront, turning what was once industrial land into over 25 miles of uninterrupted public parks and beaches, a feature that defines Chicago to this day. The Plan of Chicago wasn't just an idea, it shaped real, lasting changes. Over the next decades, the following have been fulfilled. Grant Park was expanded, becoming Chicago's front yard, home to landmarks like Millennium Park and the Art Institute of Chicago. The city developed a network of parks and forest preserves, adding thousands of acres of green space. Wackert Drive was constructed, following Burnham's vision for multi-layered roads that separated commercial and pedestrian traffic. The rail system was restructured, leading to modern commuter transit improvements. But not everything in the plan came to life. Burnham envisioned monumental civic centers and grand European-style boulevards that never fully materialized. Still, his ideas inspired countless city planners across the U.S., leading to better city layouts in Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and even overseas in Manila. Burnham's genius wasn't limited to Chicago. His planning ideas influenced the following. Washington, D.C. He redesigned the National Mall, shaping it into the monumental space we know today. San Francisco, after the 1906 earthquake, he proposed a radical redesign of the city, though it was never fully realized. Manila and Baguio, Philippines. Burnham's master plan for Manila featured wide boulevards, waterfront parks, and grand civic buildings, some of which still exist today. His influence laid the foundation for modern urban planning, inspiring the City Beautiful movement, which emphasized grand, organized, and aesthetically pleasing city designs. More than a century later, Daniel Burnham's vision still shapes Chicago and countless other cities. His ideas about green space, transportation, and urban beauty remain cornerstones of city planning today. His make no little plans philosophy reminds us that cities should be designed for both function and inspiration. So next time you walk through Chicago's downtown, Washington, D.C.'s National Mall, or even parts of Manila, remember that one man's big dreams and bold ideas helped create the cities we know today. What do you think of Burnham's vision? Do you see his influence in modern urban planning? Let me know in the comments.